You're never fully dressed without a smile, but for people with a gummy smile, your smile might look a little different. Joining me now is Dr. Blake Bybee with the Idaho State Dental Association. Doctor, thanks for being here this morning.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be here.
Okay, good to hear. So let's start with this. What exactly is a gummy smile?
The answer is pretty simple. When one smiles and sees an excessive amount of their gum showing, that's a gummy smile. It is also typically based on the person's perception of his or her own smile. Generally speaking, though, 3 to 4 millimeters of exposed gum tissue is considered to be disproportionate, resulting in a gummy smile.
Okay, gotcha. So now that that's defined, what is it that, I guess you can say, causes someone to have a gummy smile?
Yeah, excessive gingival display, or a gummy smile, it's also called, can be caused by a few different things. These include a bad bite. When the top jaw doesn't align with the bottom jaw, it can cause a plethora of dental issues, one being a gummy smile. Medications. Certain medications can actually have the side effect that causes excessive gingival overgrowth. Another is having a hyperactive upper lip. This is one that we can thank genetics for. This occurs when the upper lip and nose muscles are repeatedly overused, causing the top lip to raise and expose more gums. Or the most common reason, just too much gum tissue. During the phase when permanent teeth are growing in, sometimes there can be an overgrowth of gum tissues that covers too much of the teeth.
Okay, gotcha. So I guess the big question then for everyone, if someone has a gummy smile, is it something that they should be concerned about?
Yeah, most certainly not, unless one is on a medication and experiences rapid gum overgrowth. Otherwise, it is merely a personal preference of concern. If one does experience overgrowth due to medication, it is important to let your dentist know so that it can be corrected right away.
Okay, and let's go right to that. If somebody did want to have their gummy smile corrected, that's something that can be done, and if so, what are the steps that you go through to have that done? Oh, did I lose you? Can you hear me still? Hello, sir? Can you hear me? Oh,
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. Oh, okay. I was just asking for those who might have an interest in fixing a gummy smile. If they have one, what can be done to fix that?
Yeah, absolutely. There are several treatments that are available to fix a gummy smile, and it is important to consult with your dentist when having interest in correction. That way, the root of the issue can be identified and treated properly. Treatment can look like an oral surgery, temporary devices, as well as other treatment options.
Okay. And is this something that's common? Because personally, this is the first time I've ever heard of a gummy smile.
Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of that is based upon the person's own perception, but it is fairly common. It's just usually not something that a lot of people worry about. But like I said, there are many things that can be done to correct it, which is great.
Yeah, which is great. And of course, like you said, I think one of the most important notes is it's not anything that anybody needs to typically be concerned about. So that's a big point right there. Alrighty, sir, and for anybody that might want some more information, where can they go?
We always recommend that with any dental question that they speak with their dentist first, or they find a dental professional who can best answer any of their questions.
Okay, easy enough. Joining me this morning has been Dr. Blake Bybee with the Idaho State Dental Association. Thanks so much for being here this morning, sir.
Hey, happy to be here. Thank you.
All right, right now here's a lot.